What's going on, everyone? It's the People's Envoy Updog here, and we have my Crucible Week 4 recap for you. So these are going to be my top 5 matches of the week, and I got a little feedback on these kind of videos, so I am going to try and use that feedback and hopefully provide you a little bit better video. So we're going to explain a little bit more of what's going on here. So this first matchup here is going to be the staple of most defenses, and it's going to be Illuminati with Sasquatch and Odin. Now, this counter has been out for a week or two. I don't believe I've actually covered it, so I'm going to break it down for you. So, the Mephisto is here to get through that Sasquatch pretty quickly, and then by the time he takes his ultimate, he will do quite a bit of damage to Illuminati and hopefully to Odin. Now this is in room 4, so as long as the Odin doesn't clear the Mephisto, Mark of Mephisto battlefield effect, then we should be safe from some of the room rules here. Weaver is here to help counter Odin as well. If she gets up her charges, then the Odin swipe that he does will miss, so that's what she's there for. Apoc is there to hopefully get a bunch of damage on that Odin with his big punch. So Old Man Logan is here to hopefully stop the Odin from getting charges, and Echo is here to again counter the Odin, the assisting that goes on. Well, not just Odin, but Illuminati also assists each other, so helps stop all of that. So let's get into it here. Alright, so we are going to basic pact on the Sasquatch to drop him really low with the Mephisto. Shuri goes after Old Man Logan because she targets the controller with the highest damage, I believe. So she ability blocks Logan, but that as long as he lives, then he'll clear that off. And as long as he doesn't have trauma, he'll clear that off. Then Captain Britain tried to stun Old Man Logan. Luckily, he failed. Now we get another turn, finally. Apoc's going to go. I'm going to ult with him. That'll clear off that taunt. And Logan's going to get a turn now. And I was thinking about doing the stun, even though Logan can't get... Or, I'm sorry, not Logan. Odin can't get stunned. They rhyme, right? Odin, Logan. Even though Odin can't get stunned, I was thinking about doing that just because to clear that speed up off of Odin. But I believe I chose somebody else. There's a lots of good choices here. Hank is a good choice. Shuri's a good choice. I went with the Shuri though because I didn't want her to ult onto me, because her ult would have been next. And we don't have any choice here with Weaver. We do the ult onto Captain Britain. It actually landed because I did have her as a skirmisher. Lately, you know, she's such old stats that skirmisher is pretty much the ISO that you want to run on her. So we did land the stun. Hank fell over here. He just face planted right on the ground. Mephisto's got his ult up. We can't target the Odin, which that's ideally what you want to do, is target the Odin with the Mephisto ult. But we do get some good damage on Odin, and his health got reduced there. He cannot regain that health from that ult from Mephisto. We got the swipes are missing. Apoc comes in, punches him. Shuri tries to ult. She misses because of the Weaver charges, and then not Odin, Apoc. Man, I'm mixing these people up. Apoc retaliates and kills Shuri for the win. So I love that counter. It's super smooth. It's super hard counters Odin with this combination, so it's definitely a good one. Alright, so next up is going to be, we're going into a Superior 6 team into room 3. Now Kahhori is amazing in room 3 because she gets her ult on turn 1, I believe it is. Yeah, turn 1. Maybe it's turn 2, something like that. But she gets 2 turns, as long as her speed bar isn't getting stopped, then she gets 2 turns right off the bat. And then her ult gives her an additional turn. So So we're gonna go in here with the Thanos, OG Thanos again. We're bringing Medusa just because she's an AAforce, absolute AAforce character. Miss Marvel Classic, because she's absolute AAforce. And Robbie. So why is Robbie here? Well, we'll show you in the next match here why I had to do Robbie. Now, Shadow King is going to almost be a lock 99% of the time on a team like this in this room. However, I had quite a bit on defense, so I felt like I needed to use Shadow King with a full Astral team in, like I said, in the next counter that I'll show you. So I needed somebody fast. I needed somebody who could get a heal block or bleeds out there. So I just went with Robbie. He was not a great choice, but let's show you how that worked out for me. Alright, so Kahhori goes and attacks the Green Goblin right off the bat because of her passive. Then she gets the 2 turns right off the bat. Now, it kind of sucks that Lizard got the taunt. I forgot that he had a reflexive taunt like that. But we're going to go into him with the ult so that we can get another turn. He almost dies. Goblin yeeted out that Thanos, so that sucks. We take out the Lizard. Then Goblin gets a turn. Even though he's blinded, his ult is unavoidable. So that's unfortunate. Then Kraven gets his ult. So now it's a 3-on-4, 5. You want to count that shocker. Kahhori's almost dead. She's going to get a pumpkin bomb here from Goblin, but I decided to special. Again, she got some retaliates and counters and stuff. We did kill the Doc, though, with that special. Shocker's not looking so good. Miss Marvel's dead. Then, luckily, Medusa gets a turn here. And her special attacks primary and adjacents. Luckily, that Shocker landed right there. I still could have hit the Kraven, and it would have been fine, but it was nice to have that Shocker die there, too. So, whew, that was a close one. Definitely bring Shadow King if you're in a situation like this in room 3 or room 6. If you can. Obviously, you saw what would happen if you can't. It doesn't go well, but I got a little lucky, I think, there. Or just the fact that I was using a lot of new stat characters definitely helped. Okay, so now this is why I had to use Shadow King, because we have a Nightcrawler in here, and the X-Men team, we have an Emma. So I wanted to make sure that I could clear this room, so I did an Astral Dorm with Northstar. We did Dorm in there. Even though Northstar will revive, I wanted to revive for Emma and for Moondragon. And then obviously Shadow King as well. So so Astral does work against an X-Men team. I already knew that, but I wanted to play it safe. So let's go show you how this worked out here. Alright, so we load in here, and Nightcrawler goes after Dorm, which was kind of lucky. Although, if he would have went after pretty much anyone else except for Moondragon, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Then Rogue gets a turn. She goes after the highest speed bar character in Crucible, so that was Emma. And because Emma has a immunity, and because she's a mutant, that didn't really affect her, other than the speed bar rewind. Gambit goes. Forge goes. They're getting all these crazy buffs. But everyone except for Rogue, because she has Safeguard, got somewhat flipped. I guess Forge must have resisted it or something. But the main thing with the Northstar ult is the reason why I brought him here was because to remove the revives. Now, because Emma was in her diamond form, she has a crazy amount of resistance. That didn't get stripped. Rogue didn't get stripped for some reason. My Northstar, I think he's like 105, and he's a purple 3 skirmisher, so that should have stripped it, I would have thought. But we'll just have to deal with it here the rest of the match. And I don't have a choice but to go into Rogue here. So we're just going to special. Try and get some extra damage on that Gambit. because he doesn't have a revive. So if we can knock him out, there he goes, then we are good. Rogue tried to stun the Dorm, I think. Nightcrawler ult. This is why we brought Dorm, because this is rough. But luckily the new stats will help carry us through here. They're still going. So still have to attack into Rogue. We're gonna special on her just to get some damage from the mind control. I specialed with North Star because that will do more damage because he had quite a few charges. But Forge finished him off. Now it's a 3-piece Astral. We do have revives on everybody, so that's good news. Going after that Shadow King was not nice. And we ult with Shadow King. That does some good damage. Still got that revive on Rogue to deal with. And we decided to ult with Emma into Nightcrawler. Trying to get some extra mind control damage again. We finished Forge off with the Shadow King passive. And there's the first Rogue revive gone. And we decided to try and rewind that Nightcrawler. I didn't want him to special again, give more speed. So that's why we did that there. The Rogue is dead now with that Retaliate from the Shadow King. And yeah, just gotta finish off this Nightcrawler. He can be a pain. That's why I took the team that I did. New stats. Definitely want to use new stats into a team with an X-Men team if you see one with Nightcrawler in it. So wow, he just went flying off the edge there. Got the win. So I knew it was going to be rough. It definitely was, but that's why we brought the Dorm for the insurance. So alright, so remember how in the earlier part of the video I was saying bring Shadow King with Kahhori in room 3 if you can? Well, I was able to afford that in this match. This is round 3. Round 3, room 3, and we brought Ares to remove the safeguard, and we are bringing Thanos again to try and get that extra energy if possible. Lalandra is here to remove the taunt from Gladiator, and Shadow King is there just to get some extra damage when we do our ults. So let's see how this goes here. Alright, so no taunt on Gladiator. All we got to do is worry about the Zuggs here. So we're going to basic on Zuggs, get rid of that taunt. Now, I was trying to decide if I should ult into Zuggs to try and get the kill, or if I should start going after that scroll. Because if I get the kill, then Thanos will give me, hopefully, some energy to Kahhori. But we did try to go for the Zuggs, try to go for the kill here. We got one kill, we got some energy, so we're going to special. We didn't get enough for the ult again. But we're going to special, and hopefully it does some things. Some good things for us. Scroll ends up ulting, but it didn't hurt as bad because of the offense down, and he had the trauma there, so he couldn't clear it with his passive. Now we decide, do we special into Thanos? Do we take care of Gore? What do we do? Do we ult? We do have some negative effects on us. The ult will remove negative effects, so we ult into Thanos. We're just gonna bite the bullet here, take the passive attack if we have to. There goes Thanos, my Thanos. Now we got our Gladiator that spawned in with Lalandra's passive. We're gonna rewind that Thanos. Then we're gonna ult. And if that didn't kill them, then Shadow King probably would have done the cleanup job. So that was a lot smoother of a counter against a similar team like we did earlier in the video, so worked out pretty good. I thought this was a pretty good counter for what I had, the characters that I had left available to use. So I was using Green Goblin's Pumpkin Bombs, his passive, against him with this team here. Because there's no protector on the field, Omega Red Phoenix is going to get extra speed bar, Howard's going to get a little bit of speed bar, but Omega Red Phoenix actually gets more than him in this situation because there's not any other Starjammer allies for Howard to get more speed. So because of Howard's passive shutting down speed bar until he gets a turn, Green Goblin is not going to go first. The Omega Red Phoenix is going to go first, and when he does, then the Goblin will throw the Pumpkin Bomb at him, and it'll hit Doom as well. And my theory was that it would trigger the Doom, drop him below. He would take his turn and send hopefully Omega Red Phoenix on the ride. I think, yeah, at the time Omega Red Phoenix had more damage than Howard did. So Omega Red Phoenix getting 3 turns in a row would be pretty awesome. And then from there, it was just kind of clean up with the rest of the team here. And we had Dorm in there for the insurance for Doom, in case he didn't survive the pumpkin bombs. And yeah, so let's go show you exactly how this played out. Alright, so Omega Red Phoenix, like I said, is going to go first. We targeted the Goblin, so we can get rid of his offense up. Put some bleeds on him, put some trauma on him. Oh, the other good thing about Phoenix Force into Superior 6 is that the allies on your side cannot gain trauma from Green Goblin's ult. So that's a super useful part of Omega Red Phoenix's passive so that it doesn't hurt your team as much. So then Phoenix actually was kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that, but she gets to go. We can't put an ability block on Goblin because he has his charges. So I was trying to decide, do I still go for the big damage with the ult, or do I do the special? Her ult actually does clear negative effects as well. So instead of putting everybody into stealth, I wanted to just do the ult, put some big damage on Goblin. He's got 2 bleeds. He's probably going to bleed out because Omega Red Phoenix bleeds will hurt bad. There he goes. He falls over. Lizard trying to do his thing. He triggers the Doom. I thought Goblin was going to trigger the Doom, but nope. So then we try to strip this taunt here with his basic a couple of times. And finally get that off. We go right into Doc Ock. Didn't do hardly any damage at all with that Doom. Doom these days is pretty much good for this kind of situation where you take a character for the ride and then have some fun with it. So, and Howard didn't even get a turn, but he did a good job with his passive shutting down that speed bar. So he did his job. Dorm didn't even really we didn't really need him because Doom didn't die. But anyway, I still thought that was pretty good. So let me know down in the comments what you think about that one. And until next time, make sure you spend those resources wisely, and we will see you around.